Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school basketball. This evening's game comes to you from Kate's Gymnasium here at Mount Anthony Union High School, where it's the Patriots and the Rutland High Red Raiders. Mark Carboneau along with Brian Mayhew on the camera tonight here for Channel 15. And the Raiders coming into this one with a record of 11-6 overall. Raiders coming off that impressive win over the Springfield Cosmos back on Tuesday night up at Keefe. A 64-47 win, and these Mount Anthony Patriots coming off a very impressive win over the Brattleboro Colonels on Tuesday night. So it should be an interesting matchup, Brian, between the Raiders and the Patriots. The Raiders, of course, won the earlier matchup up at Keefe by a score of 69-51. Aaron Boynton with a big ball game up there, 28 points. And the Patriots have got to be a little sky high after that big win over Brattleboro. Brattleboro was undefeated coming into that ball game, so looking for a good ball game tonight between the two clubs. The weather was a little inclement coming down, and hopefully things will clear up for the ride home, but pretty good crowd on hand here at Kate's. And got a few minutes to go before tip-off, so we'll take a short break, and then we'll be back momentarily. All right, we're back at Kate's here where it's Mount Anthony and Rutland tonight here on Channel 15. We're getting ready for the starting lineups to be introduced. Mark Carboneau along with Brian Mayhew this evening on Channel 15. And a big ball game here at Kate's this evening between the Raiders and the Patriots. We're going to have a short announcement here before the ball game. Tim Brown, the athletic director here at Mount Anthony Union, making a few announcements.
We have two people who have been with the Booster Club for longer than I can remember, who have been helping out and just doing a great job. And they are retiring after this year. June and Earl Bump, if they would come forward, please.
Members of the Mount Anthony Booster Club here being presented in front of the hometown crowd here at Mount Anthony.
Since they have been feeding us for so many years, I thought a gift certificate at a local restaurant would be fitting. We have 2 lifetime passes and also a plaque in appreciation to June and Earl Bump for their direction and efforts for the Patriot Booster Club and their continued support of Mayhew athletics over the years. Thank you.
Well, Tim Brown making the presentation and a plaque to two members of the Booster Club. I guess they've serviced the kids here at Mount Anthony Union over the years, and special appreciation for their efforts. And now ready for the okay. This being the last home game here at Mount Anthony Union, a little special introduction this evening here.
Well, let's take a little break, Mark.
All right, we'll be
back.
We'll be back. All right, back at Kate's here at Mount Anthony Union. The game between the Rutland High Red Raiders and the Mount Anthony Patriots here on Channel 15. And the Raiders being introduced. Jake Conway, the freshman for the Raiders, number 21. Jake Eaton, I'm sorry.
Get your Jakes wrong.
We got a couple of Jakes. Here we go. Jake Conway, number 12, junior for the Raiders. Number 22, senior Aaron Boynton. And this is a familiar court for Aaron Boynton tonight. Chris Mayhew, 23, the point guard for the Raiders. And number 24, the forward, Aaron Bailey, another senior for the Red Raiders, Coach Dave Kinsman. And now for the Mount Anthony Patriots.
And now for your Mount Anthony Patriots. Patriot tonight, number 14, 5'6",
Derek Harpin, number 14. He's a sophomore. Number 42, Steve Potvin. Six-foot junior, number 24, Chris Lucia. Number 50, senior David Cross. And number 34, senior Jeff Galley. The Patriots coached by Dave Fredrickson, and what can I say about Coach Fredrickson, but always a class act.
Gonna have to fight with the announcer here, Mark, so we can hear.
Yeah, I know it's going to be. This is always a pretty boisterous place down here.
I think we'll take a short break.
Be right back. Anthem. We'll be back.
We're back, Mark.
All right, back here at Kate's. And it's the Patriots and the Raiders this evening on Channel 15. We're ready to go momentarily. Game was canceled this evening up in Rutland, Brian, MSJ and Brattleboro. So obviously they're definitely getting more snow down here in the southern part of the state.
It'll probably be played low before this game gets aired.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so we got Mayhew, Boynton, Eaton, Conway, and Bailey in for the Raiders. That's your starting lineup tonight here at Kate's. The Raiders and the Patriots. This is the 63rd meeting between the two teams, and both teams have won 31 games apiece. So it's a
big tiebreaker tonight.
This is yeah. Here we go. Galley and Boynton, and it's controlled by the Patriots. The 14 out there, Harpin. Goes to Galley, goes inside to Cross. The jumper, no good. Rebound is tied up. Bailey and Steve Potvin on there. So the Raiders will control here. 7:52 opening period here at Kate's this evening. Patriots and the Raiders. Mayhew brings it up now. Goes inside, Boynton looks, or goes back outside to Mayhew, was tipped. And the Raiders will inbound it here with 7:40 left opening period. Of course, MAU with the 18-11 edge here over the years at Kate's. And when you talk about home court edge, that means a lot down here, the Patriots. To Bailey now. Bailey looks to Boynton. Boynton wants to go, and he does. Puts it off the glass, and it catches. Aaron Boynton with the bucket, and the Raiders up 2-0 here. First period action, 7:20. All right, Galley now with the ball for the Patriots. Goes inside to Cross. Back outside. Out to Galley. That's Harpin on the drive. Galley with the shot, and it's controlled by Bailey, the Raiders. Ahead to Eaton to Mayhew over to Conway now. Conway back to Mayhew to Bailey. Chris Mayhew on the drive. That lane closed up in a hurry, and he brings it back outside here, working against Harpin. Mayhew inside to Bailey. Bailey, they're going to get, let's see, Raiders 3 seconds. Yep. 3-second call puts the ball back in the Patriots' hands with 6:36 left to go here, first quarter. 2-0, the Raiders up. And back comes MAU now. Galley goes Harpin inside to Cross. Cross with the jumper, and it's rebounded. Almost put back in there. Controlled by Bailey of the Raiders. Aaron comes down with it and gets it ahead to Mayhew. Chris Mayhew bringing it up for the Raiders now. 6:13 left first quarter. Bailey goes to Conway. Conway baseline, puts it up, and we got a fall underneath.
42?
Okay, 42. That's going to be Steve Potvin on the personal. And he'll pick up his first here. That's the first fall in the ball game here. So Mayhew will inbound it here for Rutland. Goes to Eaton. Jake Eaton now bounces it to Conway, over to Mayhew. Good ball movement out there by the Raiders. Conway in the middle. He had Boynton in the lane. It goes off his hands, controlled by the Patriots. Harpin brings it down. The shot goes up, doesn't go, rebound. We got a foul. Whistle in the lane there. David Cross is going to pick up the personal for MAU. That's his second team foul against the Patriots here with 5:50 left in the first quarter. Raiders will inbound. It goes to Bailey to Mayhew. Chris Mayhew, the senior point guard for the Raiders, bringing it up, working against Harpin. Into Boynton, to Conway at the foul line, and that one's off the back of the iron. Conway gets his own rebound. Batted away there by Potvin. Back down the other end. Harpin's going to put it up off the glass, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Raider ball. 5:26 left. The Raiders up 2-0, and not a lot of scoring in this first quarter of play, Brian.
That's for sure, Mark. Boynton put up the only points for his own hometown crowd here.
That's been it. Mayhew now brings it back for the Raiders, gets it to Bailey. Bailey goes to Eaton. 2-point land, and it doesn't go. Rebounded, controlled by the Patriots. Harpin brings it up for MAU now. 5:06 left. First quarter action here from Cates tonight here on Channel 15. Go back to Harpin now, looking for his inside, turn around, and it caught, it goes in. Steve Potvin on the bucket, 2-2 with 4:53 left in the first quarter here. Low scoring ball game. Mayhew is going to put it up, and that goes through. Chris Mayhew with the bucket. 4-2 Raiders, and back come the Patriots. Harpin now bringing it up for MAU, gets it to Lucia. Lucia, we got a foul in there underneath. They got Aaron Bailey? Or no? No, this is
White, 32.
32 over the back.
No, can be. It's going to be 42.
42.
Yep.
Steve Potvin, and he picks up his second personal rather quickly here. So 3 team fouls against the Patriots, and that's Potvin's second. 4:26 left first quarter. Raiders up here 4-2. Back comes Mayhew now for Rutland. Looking for help, and he threw it away. Goes to Galley. Not much movement out there on the offensive side of things that time down the court for the Raiders. It goes to Harpin now. Back to Galley from outside, and doesn't go. Rebound Eaton for the Raiders. Ahead to Mayhew. 3-on-3, and they slow it up. Mayhew now gets it back to Conway. Conway's going to take the jumper, and doesn't go. Boynton with the rebound. Run down there by Eaton of the Raiders. And they're going to get Jake Eaton for steps. So the ball goes back to the Patriots. Checking in for MAU here is number 30, Charles Morrison for the Patriots. 3:47 left first quarter. The Raiders up 4-2. And we got a discussion now on the court.
We got another official coming in.
I believe it was one of the officials that did the junior varsity game. The other official had shown up late, and now he's ready for action here. So
there's a lot of tobacco in.
Just a pinch.
Chewing gum.
Just a pinch. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like Walt Garrison out there. All right, here we go. Patriots ball, and Galley with the ball for the Patriots. Looking for some help. Goes to Harpin now. Harpin and Lucia. Back to Galley in the lane. We got he's traveling. So Galley turns the ball over for MAU. It's 4-2 Raiders with 3:30 left in the first quarter of play.
A very low scoring game, Mark.
Oh, I tell you, it's not a lot of defense either. It's just I think both teams are rather tight at this point of the ball game. Nice ball movement. There's Bailey with the bucket. Aaron Bailey. Puts the
Bailey
Raiders
with
up.
the bucket. I like that.
You like that? Back the other way. Galley, we got a whistle in the lane. No shot. We got a foul before the shot.
Aaron Boynton.
Okay, so Boynton will pick up his first personal. Raiders with 1 team foul. The Patriots with 3. 3:08 left first quarter. Raiders up 6-2. Galley from outside. Got it. 3-pointer by Jeff Galley. You got to be careful because if he hits that with any consistency tonight, the Raiders will be in trouble. And that one's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Patriot ball here with 2:54 left, 6-5. The Raiders up. All right, back come the Patriots now. It goes to Lucia, wanted to go inside.
Yeah, same thing happened to Patriots. It just happened to Roland.
Eaton throws it up in the lane. Jake Eaton with the basket.
So we're even again.
Okay, yep. 8-5. Raiders on top here with 2:35 left. First quarter. Dave Paller getting off the Raider bench, coming in to see some action. Turnaround in the lane there is good by number 24, and that's going to be Chris Lucia with the bucket. So Lucia puts the Patriots on the board, 8-7 now. Raiders go inside to Boynton, and it should be a Raider ball. So Dave Paller will check in for the Raiders.
For Aaron Boynton.
And Boynton will take a seat here with 2:14 left in the first quarter. 8-7 Raiders up over the Mount Anthony Patriots here at Kate's Gym this evening here on Channel 15. Raider ball. Eaton goes to Mayhew. It's Eaton, Mayhew, Conway, Bailey, and Paller now in there for the Raiders. Chris Mayhew and the bucket. Mayhew with the maneuver and the bucket. 10-7 now. Raiders by 3, and we got a foul on the play.
It's on Mayhew.
Okay, so Chris Mayhew picking up his first personal of the ball game. That'll be the second team foul for the Raiders. And the Patriots with 3 team fouls. .156 left, first quarter action. Going to the charity stripe will be Derek Harpin for Mount Anthony. The Raiders up by 3 here. Makes it 10-8. And Harpin's got another one coming here. So Harpin gets them both. And 10-9 now, 1:53 left, first quarter. Mayhew brings it back for the Raiders. Stops. I thought he was going to pop it. He goes to Bailey. And lost the handle momentarily. Jake Eaton with the ball now. Gets it back to Mayhew. Raiders being very deliberate here on the offensive side of things. Trying to get something going here. Patriots with the man-to-man defense. And Cross had a hand on it. Goes to Bailey. Goes to Eaton with the jumper, and it's good. Jake Eaton with the basket. 12-9 Raiders. And back come the Patriots. Harpin goes to Galley from outside. Rebound controlled by Mayhew. Mayhew to Bailey from three-point land, and it doesn't go. Good to see Aaron Boynton trying those shots, though.
Bailey.
Didn't see that early in the season. I think Galley traveled, didn't he? No, they got the foul. Boy, look, he had the ball on the hip.
Aaron Bailey.
Yep.
You said Aaron Boynton.
I'm sorry, Aaron Bailey. Well, we know Aaron Boynton's been shooting. Yeah. He's got a lot of shots off the glass this year, but...
Boynton comes back in for Bailey.
Right.
There you go, Mark.
So Boynton's in for Bailey. We got it right. 57 seconds left. First quarter action from Kate's here, and it's 12-9.
Did you pick up that foul on Dave Paller?
You did, but I just found out about it.
Oh, okay.
All right. And Jeff Galley missing the first of 2. So Paller with the personal. 3-3 are their team fouls. And that's where they stand right now. Galley gets 1 of 2. And it's 12-10 now. The Raiders on top with 53 seconds left, and I'm sure Coach Kinsman will want... they go inside. Conway off the glass. He gets fouled. Well, that surprised me. Conway gets the bucket. And on the foul is Charles Morrison, number 30. Checking in for the Raiders will be Joe Duval. And checking out is Jake Eaton. So it's Mayhew, Conway, Paller, Duval, and Boynton in for the Raiders. And at the charity stripe will be Jake Conway with 46 seconds left, first quarter. And Jake Conway gets the three-point play for the Raiders. So it's 15-10, Raiders by 5. 42 seconds left, first quarter. Galley had trouble, got the handle finally, goes out to Harpin. Number 40 in there, that's Travis Muckle. Goes back to Harpin to Galley. Back to Galley now. Galley being guarded by Paller out there. Turnaround, and it's good. Chris Lucia with the bucket. 15-12, Raiders by 3, 18 seconds left. First quarter here at Mount Anthony. Mayhew loses the handle momentarily, gets it back. Going to take the jumper off the back of the iron, controlled by Conway in the lane, puts it back up and in.
Chris Mayhew, he's hurt.
Mayhew limping on the play. We'll have to watch that closely, Brian. After one quarter play, it's the Rutland High Red Raiders 17, the Mount Anthony Patriots 12.
We're back.
All right, back at Cates here. Mount Anthony and the Raiders 17-12. Rutland on top. Second quarter action just underway now on Channel 15. Chris Mayhew limping coming off that end of the first quarter. Seems to be doing all right, though. Conway, Mayhew, Paller, Duval, and Boynton in there. The same lineup that was in there at the end of the first quarter. Mayhew goes over to Duval. Duval had the baseline. They got a foul before the shot. And I believe that's what, number 40? Yeah, yep. Number 40 with the personal. Travis Muckle. That's the 5th team foul on the Patriots. The Raiders have 3 thus far. So Mayhew will inbound it for Rutland. He gets it out to Duval. Joey he thought about the three-pointer. Goes in the lane to Boynton, loses the handle. Muckle brings it back, knocked away by Paller. Paller with a pretty defensive play for the Raiders. Boy, that's good hustle back on defense there for Rutland. And the Raiders set it up again now with 7:20 left in the second quarter, up by 5, 17-12 here at Cates. Mayhew wanted to go inside, knocked away there by Cross. It's controlled by Harpin of the Patriots. Muckle from outside doesn't go. Rebound controlled by Paller. Dave Paller with the rebound. Ahead to Mayhew to Duval now. Joe Duval gets it outside to Paller. Dave Paller. And Mayhew back to Duval. Joe's going to take it. And it's good. So Joe Duval with the three-pointer.
That's all Joe needs. He hits that one. He'll be all set.
Oh, yeah, look out. First points of the second quarter for Rutland, 20-12. The Raiders up. Back comes Harpin with the jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound Conway for the Raiders, and he brings it up. 6:30 left, second quarter. Conway now with the basketball, I should say. Into Paller. Dave Paller doesn't go. Rebound controlled by Boynton. And Cross pulls it down for the Patriots. Gets it ahead to Harpin now. 6:15 left, second quarter. Over to Jeff Galley. Galley goes cross court to Muckle. And we got a whistle. 3 seconds on Mount Anthony, so it'll be a Raider ball with 6:08 left in the second quarter. Raiders up 20-12. Mount Anthony with 5 team fouls, the Raiders with 3. Chris Mayhew now bringing it up for Rutland. It's Mayhew, Duval, Boynton, Paller, and Conway in for the Raiders. Duval's got the hot hand and keep feeding them. So Joe Duval with 5 points for the Raiders, and he's the only Raider to score here in the second quarter. All right, back the other way. Cross for Mount Anthony now. And we got a slap on the arm there. Conway tried to steal, and he gets called for the personal. That's Jake's first. That'll be the 4th team foul. Stepping out for the Raiders, Chris Mayhew and Dave Paller.
Jake Eaton and Aaron Bailey.
All right, yep, Aaron Bailey and Jake Eaton underneath the cross, and it's good. So David Cross with the bucket, first 2 points for MAU the second quarter, and it's 22-14 Raiders. Inside to Boynton off the glass, and it's good, and David Cross picks up the personal. And those two fellows know each other rather personally. Of course, Aaron Boynton, it's no secret, used to be member of the Mount Anthony student body down here a few years ago. 24-14 Raiders, and Boynton with a chance for a three-point play, and he gets it. So Boynton completes the three-point play, 25-14. Raiders up here with 5:16 left, second quarter. Number 20 in there for Mount Anthony, Scott Muir. Shot from outside, doesn't go by Muckle, and it's controlled by Conway. And Jake Conway going in, they're going to get him for steps.
Jake slid to the floor, and they got him for traveling.
Yeah. Must be a wet spot down there.
Looks all right, Lo.
Well, he's back on his feet, ready for action here. So it's 25-14 Raiders with 5:01 left.
Just as he kicked in the afterburners there, the floor gave out.
There you go. Somebody moved the floor, all right. They go inside the cross. Cross goes up with the shot, doesn't go. Rebound, Boynton of the Raiders.
Have 3 Raiders there coming down for the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you, they're really hitting the boards. Little contact out there, nothing called. Galley went running right into Jake Eaton. I mean, he's getting hammered and nothing called. Well, maybe a little bit too much chewing tobacco. And well, at any rate, it'll be a Raiders ball. Joe Duval will inbound it here for Rutland.
That's bubble gum, Mark. Bubble gum.
Is it bubble gum?
Not allowed tobacco product on school property, remember?
Oh, yeah, well.
Bubble gum.
Okay. Boynton with the jumper, and it doesn't go off the back of the iron. Rebound is controlled by the Patriots. Potvin ran it down. Shot from outside, and a three-pointer by Travis Muckle. 25-17, 4:14 left in the second quarter here at MAU. Back to Duval, dumps it down for Boynton, and it's good. Pretty play, nice look by Duval out there. He had Boynton underneath, and it's 27-17 Raiders. 3:58 left. We got a whistle out in front here, and they're going to get Jake Conway with the push.
Joe Duval had the shot, but he dished it off to Aaron Boynton.
Well, that was a good play. We got Chris Mayhew going in for, let's see, Jake Conway. So Jake's going to take a breather here with 3:57 left in the second quarter. The Raiders up 10, 27-17. MAU will put it in play here. And they tried to, knocked away by Boynton. Mayhew controls, puts the move on, behind the back, didn't go, and it's rebounded, controlled by MAU now. Back comes Mount Anthony. Lucia.
Went the dish off to Boynton.
Yep.
Boynton wasn't there.
Muckle's got the hot hand. Second three-pointer. Travis Muckle keeps the Patriots close down the other end. And they're going to get Jake Eaton for an offensive foul. So Eaton gets called for the offensive foul. That's the 16th foul against the Raiders. Both teams with 6 apiece. 3:27 left, second quarter, and MAU back with the ball now. Harpin goes over to Galley, gets it to Muckle. He's got the hot hand here. Harpin wanted to go back to Lucia, and it goes out of bounds. The Raiders ball with 3:14 left in the second quarter. 27-20, the Raiders on top. All right, we got Mayhew, Bailey, Duval, and Eaton in there for the Raiders. Knocked away, red ball. It'll be a Raiders ball out of bounds here. With 3:04 left in the second quarter, Jake Eaton will inbound it. He goes to Chris Mayhew. Mayhew working against Harpin now. And cross the court to Duval. Duval's going to step on the line. Or they go, well, what'd they go? Foul? All right, he's got push going on the baseline here.
4-0.
4-0 on the foul. That's going to be Travis Muckle. That's his second personal. So Muckle has 2, and the Patriots with 17 fouls now. The Raiders with 6. And Joe Duval will step to the free throw line.
I was just trying to zoom in to see what Joe was throwing up there. He was just practicing.
Well, I tell you, he hasn't missed anything tonight, Brian. He's got, let's see, 6 points. Leading scorer for the Patriots in this quarter.
Patriots.
I'm sorry, the Raiders. It's got to be the air down here. It does something to you.
The altitude we're at.
Oh, yeah. 29-20, Raiders on top with a 2:47 left in the second quarter. Muckle over to Galley to Harpin. Harpin wanted to go inside, taken away by Boynton, gets it ahead to Mayhew. Mayhew will bring it up for the Raiders. He'll be in no hurry. Duval with the jumper, and he got it. Well, I'll tell you, Joe Duval is on fire here. Got 9 points in the second quarter. Back the other way, Lucia with the shot, doesn't go, rebounded by Eaton of the Raiders. Ahead to Duval. Oh, you want to keep it in his hands. Knocked away, and it'll be a Raider ball out of bounds. So Jake Eaton will inbound it for the Raiders here with 2:12 left, second quarter. 31-20, the Raiders over the Patriots here at Mount Anthony, Kate's Gym this evening on Channel 15. This is Chris Mayhew now. And he wanted to go to Jake. Oh, Jake Beaton runs it down. Wanted to go back to Duval. And it'll be a Patriot ball out of bounds with 2:02 left. Checking back in for the Patriots will be David Cross, and he replaces Chris Lucia. All right, this is Harpin now for MAU with the ball. Over to Galley. Galley working behind the pick there by Cross. They go back to Muckle, to Harpin. Over to Cross now. Cross back to Muckle. They can't get loose, so he's got the hot hand for MAU, but now they go way outside to Harpin. There's Muckle now. Down low. And the shot didn't go. Rebounded by Galley. Cross puts it up, and he gets the bounce. So Cross underneath. The shot didn't go by Potvin, but Cross was there to put it back up. 1:20 left, 31-22 and a whistle. And they got
34, I believe.
Jeff Galley on the personal.
Ethan Barron checking in for the Raiders. Chris Mayhew.
Number 14. Let's see who's coming out. Yeah. Okay, Joe Duval out, and Joe had the hot hand there in the second quarter. Aaron Bailey will go to the charity stripe here with 1:17 left. Bailey sinks the first one. And Aaron Bailey gets them both for the Raiders. Makes it 33-22 with 1:14 left. Second quarter action here. MAU now with the ball. The Patriots goes to Muckle now. Muckle, he's had the hot hand from three-point land. Galley in the lane, and he's clotheslined. Let's see, they're going to give this to I think it was Ethan. Yeah, Ethan Barron picking up the personal. Barron picks up the personal. That'll put the Patriots at the, let's see, well, the Raiders have 7, and that'll put Galley at the charity stripe. Jeff Galley with the first one. And Galley will get another one here. So he gets them both. And it's 33-24 with 1:01 left in the second quarter of play here. Back come the Raiders now. Mayhew. Over to Bailey. Jake Eaton in there. Eaton goes to Boynton. Going to work it down. Looks like they're going to hold for one shot. Maybe
45 seconds.
Bailey. Over to Barron. Barron. Back to Boynton with the fake. Nice move. Inside off the glass. Didn't go. He puts up his own rebound. Eaton with the follow-up.
30 seconds left to go.
Jake Eaton with the bucket, 35-24 with 25 seconds. Muckle from downtown. Boy, that didn't go. And back come the Raiders. Chris Mayhew with the ball now, bringing it up for Rutland. 13 seconds left. Second quarter. Raiders up 35-24. Boynton way outside. Goes to Barron from downtown off the back of the iron. Gets his own rebound and puts it back up. So Barron took one shot, missed it, got the follow. And your score at halftime, it's the Rutland High Red Raiders 37, the Mount Anthony Patriots 24. Back at Cates here at Mount Anthony Union High School this evening. It's varsity boys basketball. Rutland High Red Raiders 37 and the Mount Anthony Patriots 24. Getting ready for second half action here momentarily. Of course, we talked about earlier the MSJ Brattleboro game tonight, of course, being postponed. I'm sure that'll go tomorrow afternoon. But another big matchup, Brian. You brought me that Free Press article about Burlington and Rice, and it's been a long time since those two schools have hooked up and have had they used to have an intense rivalry years ago. And that's another big ball game going on tonight up at the Queen City there in Burlington at Buckhart Gym, between the Rice Little Indians and the Burlington High Seahorses. Both teams coming in with an overall record of 16-1. And both teams play in that Metro Division. Of course, the Raiders went up against Burlington twice this year and came away on the short end of things both times against the Seahorses. A very good ball club. Burlington's only loss was to St. Johnsbury, and Rice's only loss was against South Burlington this year. So that's a big ball game. We'll have to watch that with a lot of interest coming down the wire. Of course, the Raiders finish up with Hartford next Wednesday night, and then hopefully they'll get a tournament game, a first-round tournament game at home at Keefe Gym the following week, the week of the 26th. And Channel 15 will be there to cover that one, and wherever else they go down the road. Of course, we wish the Raiders good luck the rest of the way, the rest of the season, and of course into the tournament. Thus far, it's been all Raiders, 37-24. We're getting ready for second half action. We'll take a short break and be right back.
We're coming back, but...
All right, we're not back yet, right?
We'll take a break, Mark.
Okay. All right, we're back at Cates, ready for second half action. The Raiders up 37-24, and some very entertaining halftime competition out here. We had the Special Olympians here from the Bennington area, and they put on quite an entertaining show here. It was a lot of fun to watch. And those people, I'll tell you, they deserve a lot of credit. So we have the Raiders and the Patriots, second half action ready to get underway here. Mark Carboneau along with Brian Mayhew on Channel 15 tonight.
Patriot ball.
All right. We'll set the Raider lineups: Conway, Mayhew, Boynton, Eaton, and Bailey. That's the original starting five in there for the Raiders. Patriots now, they go inside the Cross. Dave Cross with the shot. Patriots draw first blood here in the second half, 37-26. Raiders with 7:44 left. Boynton to Mayhew to Eaton, and Jake wanted to go inside, gets it back outside to Mayhew, back outside to Eaton. Over to Mayhew now, to Bailey, to Boynton. And let's see, we got a foul on Harpin. Well, the locals didn't agree with it, but anyways, it's going to go against Harpin of the Patriots. So he'll pick up his first personal. And it's 37-26, 7:28 left, third quarter. And it'll be a Raider ball now. Mayhew gets it to Eaton. Being guarded out there by Lucia. He gets it ahead to Conway, floats it over to Mayhew. Mayhew in the lane. Pretty play to Bailey, and we got a foul underneath. Let's see. Got the foul there. Foul's on number 42 for the Patriots. That's Steve Potvin. So Potvin picks up his third personal. Patriots with 2 team fouls. The Raiders with none at this point. And at the charity stripe is Aaron Bailey. Aaron gets that first one. And Bailey gets them both. He hasn't missed from the free throw line tonight, Brian.
Bailey's a good foul shooter, that's for sure.
Well, I taught him everything I know. 39-26, 7:10 left, third quarter action here from Mount Anthony Union. Patriots ball the turnaround. It doesn't go. Rebound by Eaton. Gets it ahead to Mayhew. Mayhew wanted to go across to Conway, knocked out of bounds by Galley, so it'll be a Raider ball. Rutland will inbound it with 6:54 left. Chris Mayhew will throw it in way outside to Conway. Three-point land, and he didn't get it. Left it short there, Brian. Back come the Patriots now. Harpin bringing it up for MAU. Back to Galley, and in and out rebound control by Boynton of the Raiders. Gets it ahead to Chris Mayhew now. Mayhew brings it down. Goes inside to Bailey. Bailey bounces once, throws it up, and he's fouled on the play. And he'll get his points because he keeps drawing the fouls underneath. And he hasn't missed at the charity stripe yet. Let's see who that foul is on.
5-0.
Dave Cross picks up the personal. That's his third. So Cross with 3, Potvin with 3 for the Patriots, and Aaron Bailey back at the line. All right, that one goes. Makes it 40-26 Raiders. That one didn't go. He got, and the putback. Jake Conway with the putback. So Conway gets his 2 points in the third quarter. It's 42-26, and the Raiders open it up here a little bit. Back the other way now. Galley for the Patriots. Boy, using the elbow against Boynton.
Blocked by Boynton.
Block. Beautiful play by Boynton. Back come the Raiders at the other end. Conway with the jumper, and he nails it. And Coach Fredrickson's going to call a timeout. 44-26, the Raiders over the Patriots. We'll be back. Back at Cage Gym here at Mount Anthony Union High School, 44-26. The Raiders have opened it up here against the Patriots in this third quarter. Aaron Bailey with the 3 free throws. Conway with a couple of buckets. And they've extended their lead. The Raiders led at halftime 37-24.
Mike Stempik's still out due to a sprained ankle.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up earlier, Brian. I did see him on the bench, and he's still nursing that injury. It's an old football injury he had from that season. And back come the Raiders. Mayhew in the lane, bounces it off a couple of Patriots. Eaton gets the rebound. And it's controlled by, let's see, Galley had it, lost it. Let's see who they give it back to. Looks like
Rutland
it's
ball.
going to be a Raider ball, yeah. Coming in is number 40 there for MAU, Travis Muckle. So he checks in for the Patriots. Mayhew will inbound it way outside to Conway. Flips it back to Mayhew. The little jumper doesn't go. Rebound is controlled by the Raiders. Conway, turnaround, and we got a jump
ball.
So it'll be, let's see whose possession it is. So the Raiders will inbound it. Mayhew now will inbound it. 44-26, 5:26 left. Third quarter action here from Mount Anthony Union. Bailey goes to Mayhew, Chris Mayhew now. Stepping it out against Harpin of the Patriots. Wanted to go inside, looks it back outside to Conway to go to Eaton. Eaton down low to Bailey. Pretty play. Mayhew was underneath, dishes it back to Conway, and it's good. Jake Conway, 6 points here in the third quarter to lead all the scorers for the Raiders. 46-26, and the Raiders with a 20-point lead here at Cates. Back to Jeff Galley now. Galley goes over to Harpin. Working against Mayhew out there. This is Lucia in the lane, and it's good. Chris Lucia with the bucket for MAU, 46-28. And back come the Raiders. Mayhew goes to Boynton in the lane, off the glass and in, and he's fouled. David Cross picking up his 4th personal. Well, Aaron Boynton with the bucket, his first 2 points in the third quarter. Raiders doing it with defense and smart ball handling out there tonight, Brian. I'll tell you, they're shutting the Patriots right off. 48-28 with 4:34 left in the third quarter. Aaron Boynton will go to the charity stripe. Aaron Bailey checks out.
Fowler in.
Jake Eaton's checks out.
Duval in.
There you go. I think that takes care of the substitutions. And at the line, Aaron Boynton with a chance for a three-point play here. And we got somebody going over the line here. Lane violation. So Boynton doesn't get the three-point play. He gets to have to settle for two. 48-28, Raiders up. And back come the Patriots. Lucia goes to Galley outside. Galley back to Lucia. Jumper by Lucia, in and out. Rebound controlled by the Patriots underneath. The shot. And Lucia puts it up and he's fouled. I think they got Joe Duval for the Raiders. 1-3, that's Joe Duval. And he'll pick up his first personal. The Patriots with 4 team fouls. That's only the first against the Raiders. And that's played a big part here in the third quarter. The Raiders able to stay out of foul trouble. Shot by Lucia is good. And Chris will have another one coming here with 4:18 left in the third quarter. The Raiders up 48-29. Make that 48-30 now. Lucia hits them both. 48-30, Raiders up. Back comes Rutland now, and back comes Rutland. Boynton with the jumper, and he's fouled, and the basket's good. I believe Jeff Galley got it.
34.
34, so Galley with the personal. I believe that's only his second. So Aaron Boynton stepping it up here in the third quarter. 4 points in the quarter and a chance to make, well, I won't say it this time around. Let's see if he cans it. Oh, there you go. 3-point play by Boynton. Sometimes I think you jinx them, you know?
Yep.
Thanks for the help there, Brian. All right, back the other way. Lucia in the lane, off the glass, and we got a fall. They're going to get...
Conway.
Looked like Jake Conway, yep.
Oh, wait.
Or did they... No, Paller. Okay.
White.
So Dave Paller, Dave picks up his second personal.
Wait a minute, the officials here, one gave one call, one gave another call.
Now they're trying to...
Gave it to Pollard.
Yeah. It looked like they're going to do a little dance out there on the hardwood.
Yeah.
So Aaron Boynton checks out, and checking in is Aaron Bailey for the Raiders. Bailey, Mayhew, Jesus, they're trying to get... Screen was set up, and they're trying to get through there. I think they're going to give it to... Now, who'd they give that one to, Brian? Joe Duval picked up
Duval
the
with
first.
the push.
Well, they set the screen up. Joey was working through the screen, and he picked up the personal. That's his second. And underneath is Galley with the bucket. So Jeff Galley for two, and it's 51-32. Back come the Raiders. This is Mayhew working against Harpin now. Goes to Bailey. Bailey into Dave Paller. Paller for the Raiders over to Duval. Duval to Conway. Into Bailey. Bailey lost the handle. Muckle falls down and gets it to Galley. 51-32. Back come the Patriots now. The Raiders on top with 3:19 left. Muckle, he was hot there in the first half from three-point land. Back outside, Muckle, and he dragged the pivot foot. Well, the Raiders now with Mayhew, Conway, Duval, Paller, and Bailey in for Rutland. 3:10 left, third quarter. The Raiders up 51-32. Duval almost had it his pocket picked there, but he got rid of it. Mayhew and working against Harpin.
To the ball.
Paller looks inside, Conway, and Jake puts it up and in. Conway with the bucket, Jake with 8 points here in the third quarter. Back come the Patriots. Galley, and we got a foul against Aaron Bailey of the Raiders. Aaron Bailey, I believe that's his first. Yep. So Aaron Bailey with his first personal. Chris Mayhew will check out, and Jake Eaton will check in for the Raiders. So it's Eaton, Duval, Bailey, Conway, and Paller in for the Raiders. All right, the Patriots with the ball. 2:40 left. Raiders up 53-32, and it goes off the back of the iron by Muckle. Chased down, controlled by Conway. He's going to go in off the glass, and it's good. Good hustle by Jake Conway, and he's got 10 here in the third quarter. Back the other way, in the lane, doesn't go. Bailey with the rebound, ahead to Eaton. Jake Eaton, and Coach Kinsman tells him to slow it down here with 2:15 left in the third quarter. Jake Eaton now goes to Paller. Paller working against Galley out there, over to Bailey. Bailey to Duval. Duval to Conway. Jake Conway. Jake Eaton with the jumper. Rebound is going to be, let's see, going to be a Raiders ball. 1:56 left, and Ethan Barron checking in for the Raiders. Jake Conway will come out. 55-32. Checking in for the Patriots. Number 10, that's Billy James. And let's see, number 44, Bill Wolf in for the Patriots. So Coach Fredrickson going to the bench here a little bit in the third quarter. 1:56 left. The Raiders on top. The Raiders with the ball. And we got steps on Jake Eaton. So the Raiders will turn it back to the Patriots with 1:51 left. Third quarter action, 55-32. Rutland up. This is James now for Mount Anthony. It's at the Wolf. Over to Galley. Galley goes back to James. Back to Galley. He's going to take the jumper, and it drops in. Jeff Galley with the bucket. 55-34. The Raiders on top. Back comes Jake Eaton now for the Raiders. Over to Aaron Bailey. Bailey over to Duval. And they're going to get Joe Duval for steps. Got to be catching, I'll tell you. So the Raiders at 1:16 left, third quarter. They're up 55-34, and back comes MAU now. Galley with the ball. Over to James. James goes into the lane. The shot goes up. It's blocked.
Nice block by Dave Paller.
Well, Morrison went up, and Pallard stuffed that one. 55-34 Raiders with 53 seconds left. Third quarter action from MAU. Barron to Bailey. He's got the baseline off the glass, the putback. And we got a foul. Let's see. They call that on Joe Duval.
He's been looking for Joe after that last little.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's his third.
He almost gave Joe a tee over there. If he could have got his whistle back in his mouth, he would have got. Joe would have got a tee before.
Well, they had a little too much Red Man or one of those stuff. So back the other way now. It's the Patriots ball. 36 seconds left. Steal out there by Bailey. Knocked away. Controlled by Mount Anthony. And that's James with the ball now. 55-34 the Raiders with 26 seconds left. Muckle now outside. There's the jumper off the glass, and it's good. Bill Wolf with the bucket. So Wolf cans it for Mount Anthony. It's 55-36. The Raiders back on top. They're back to the attack here with 8 seconds left, third quarter. Eaton with the ball. 4 seconds left, and they're not going to get a shot off here. Barron, and he's blocked by Galley at the buzzer. After 3 quarters of play, it's the Rutland High Red Raiders 55 and the Mount Anthony Patriots 36. All right, back at Cates here, Mount Anthony Union, 55-36. The Raiders look like they have this one well in hand. And Coach Kinsman going with, let's see, Boynton, Mayhew, Conway, Paller, and Eaton in there for Rutland. Fourth, and hopefully the final quarter here at Mount Anthony. 55-36, that's your score, and we get ready for action here, fourth quarter. The Patriots with the ball. That's Cross now, he's back in. Cross underneath, went up with the fake, he got Boynton up in the air.
Traveling.
And they called him for steps. All right, we'll take it here. The Raiders will inbound, 7:50 left, fourth quarter. They go to Conway, across to Boynton. Boynton now, they had the numbers. They had 3 against 2 going down there, but the Patriots quickly get back. Raiders really not in any hurry here. Mayhew now trying to set something up for the Raiders. 55-36, fourth quarter. 7:30 left. Underneath to Mayhew, back to Paller, and David, you should have shot the rock at that point. All right, this is Eaton. Goes inside. Now go up with it. He does. Rebound. Paller up again. Doesn't go. And Cross gets the rebound for the Patriots. Coach Kinsman wanted to fall underneath the action there, and nothing doing. Cross with the ball, working against Boynton. He goes inside. Lost the handle.
Paller.
And they're going to get Dave Paller with the fall.
Got him with the body.
Okay, so Paller will pick up his third personal, I believe. Yeah, that's his third. So Dave will check out, and checking back in is Aaron Bailey for the Raiders with 6:57 left. The Raiders 55 and the Patriots 36. In the lane, that's James. Rebound Bailey ahead to Mayhew. Mayhew brings it up, working against James out there. Lost the handle, gets it back, goes back to Eaton now. Eaton, and he's run into there by Bill Wolf. So Wolf will pick up the personal. 6:37 left, 55-36 the Raiders, and it's been all Raiders this evening here at Cates. This is Mayhew now. We got Mayhew, Conway, Boynton, Bailey, and Eaton back in there. All in there now. That's the starting lineup for the Raiders. Boynton with the jumper. It tipped around there by Conway. Conway, I think they're going to get Jake for... Let's see, they call Jake Conway? Yep. So Jake Conway picks up the personal.
Jake was boxing out the wrong way.
Yeah. I believe that's his third. Let's see. Yeah, that's his third. The Raiders with 17 fouls, and the Patriots with 6. So this will send number 30 out there for the Patriots, Charles Morrison, to the line.
Everybody will be going to the line from now on, Mark.
Yeah, they're definitely in the
bonus. Could be a long game.
Could be. It could be a long 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Morrison got the bounce.
We're already at about 58 minutes into the show here.
And Morrison with a second shot here. Let's see. He didn't get the bounce. Went off the back of the air, and Bailey skies for that one, and the Raiders will bring it back now. This is Mayhew with the ball. 6:15 left, fourth quarter action from Cates tonight. Mount Anthony Union and the Raiders. And let's see, the Raiders and the Patriots. Chris Mayhew with the turnaround off the glass and in. It's the first 2 points scored, I believe, in the fourth quarter here for the Raiders. So it's 57-37. They maintain the 20-point lead here with 5:52 left. In the fourth quarter, knocked around, Cross with the ball. Drives in, goes up, and Mayhew went to the deck. Rebound controlled by Bailey, and the Raiders will bring it up here. Up 20 with 5:37 left in the fourth quarter.
Send him to acting school and look at get some
Well, the Grammys are in April, so I don't know.
Okay.
Or is it the Emmy, the Academy Awards, right? 59-37. I'm not sure who got the bucket because I just glanced at the score. And all right, Jake Conway with the bucket. Thank you, Mrs. Mayhew. So Conway gets it for the Raiders, 59-37, and a shot from outside.
Two-pointer.
Was that a two? That's James with the bucket. That's a two-pointer, 59-39. The Raiders up by 20 with 4:58 left in the contest. Chris Mayhew now goes to Eaton. They go to Conway, over to Boynton. Boynton's going to drive in, and they got a foul on number 42. Steve Potvin will pick up the personal for the Patriots. And let's see, 59-39, the Raiders on top. Joe Duval will check in for Jake Eaton. Checking back in for Mount Anthony is Lucia. And number 20 out there is Scott Muir. So Scott Muir and Lucia are back in the ballgame for the Patriots, 59-39.
John Lynn will be checking in for Boynton here if he makes them.
And that one rolls. So Boynton gets 1 of 2. And we got a... I thought we had a... Okay, we got a timeout? No.
No.
We had a
Boynton's
substitution,
out,
right.
yeah.
Okay. So John Lynn in, Aaron Boynton out. A nice ball game by Aaron Boynton again. And you know he wants to shine when he comes down here. 60-39, and the Raiders now with the big lead with 4:41 left in the contest. Patriots now going with James. All right, they work it down to Wolf. Wolf cuts back across. It's stolen away by Conway, tipped away, and he gets to bounce off the iron. It's good. Jake Conway, pretty play defensively, and he got the bucket. 62-39, and the Raiders now up the lead with, there's a steal by Mayhew. Boy, that cross court pass is deadly. Mayhew puts it up and in. So Chris Mayhew with the bucket, 64-39.
Timeout.
And Coach Fredrickson of Mount Anthony calls a timeout. That's your score. Raiders on top, 64-39.
We're back, Mark.
All right, we're back at Kate's. 4:01 left, 64-39, and the Raiders on top of this one this evening against the Patriots.
New lineup out there.
All right, we got Aaron Carboneau, Aaron Bailey, Jake Eaton, John Lynn, and Joe Duval in the lineup for the Raiders. And the ball is put up by the Patriots, run down by...
That white ball
Okay.
went out on Joe.
So it'll be a Mount Anthony ball with 3:51 left in the contest. 64-39, the Raiders on top, and they did it.
Cheerleaders liked it, Mark.
They did. Patriots will inbound it. James is looking for some help. Shot there by Wolf, and he hits it.
Two-pointer.
Two-pointer. Okay, back come the Raiders now. 64-41. Jake Eaton, and he goes to Aaron Carboneau now. Carboneau working against James out there. Gets it back to John Lynn. Lynn goes to Eaton. Eaton to Bailey. Bailey goes to Joe Duval. Duval. Back to John Lynn, stripped to the ball, and the pass. And let's see, back the other way, the Patriots, Lucia. And the shot doesn't go. Rebound, Jake Eaton with the ball. Jake Eaton gets it to Carboneau now. Aaron Carboneau brings it up for the Raiders. 3:06 left. Fourth quarter action, 64-41. The Raiders on top of the Patriots here at Kate's. Carboneau now goes to Joe Duval. Duval back to Eaton. Eaton in the lane off the glass, and he's fouled. The basket will count. So Jake Eaton with the bucket. 44 on the foul. That's going to be Bill Wolf. That'll be his second, I believe.
Bailey out, Sinus in.
All right. Let's see. Greg Sinus checks in, and Aaron Bailey. Well-played ball game tonight by Bailey. I'll tell you, that starting five did a excellent job out there against the Patriots.
42 for the Patriots just came out. 40 went in.
All right. Jake Eaton at the line. Didn't get it. I got to write that in there. Eaton did get the bucket before that. Long shot there by the Patriots, number 40. And that's Travis Muckle. Three-pointer, 66-44. Carboneau gets it to Duval now.
Yep.
Duval for the Raiders. 2:33 left in the contest. Back to Eaton to Duval. Carboneau steps it out now, working against James. Back to John Lynn. John Lynn over to Joey Duval. Duval and got in trouble there, gives it to Eaton. He's going to put it up. Off the rim, rebound controlled by the Patriots. Lucia gets it ahead. That's James, and they're going to get Aaron Carboneau with the foul. So Carboneau picks up the personal. Ethan Barron will check in for the Raiders. 2:05 left in the contest, 66-44.
Jake Eaton coming out.
So Jake Eaton steps out for the Raiders with 2:05 left. And the Raiders and Patriots both have 8 team fouls apiece here. Stepping to the line for Mount Anthony is James. And Billy James hits the first one. I knew his brother Jesse.
I knew that was coming.
I better not say that's going to age me, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the second one is good. So James hits them both. Back come the Raiders. Carboneau now with the ball. 66-46, the Raiders by 20. Barron. Cross-court pass, knocked out of bounds. I think at this point, if I got a chance to shoot the ball, I'm going to be putting it up.
Yep.
With a 20-point lead, 1:50 left in the ball game. Back come the Patriots now. This is James working against Carboneau. In the lane, he puts up the shot, and it's good off the glass. So James with the bucket. James hammers Carboneau out there, nothing called, and Ethan Barron controls for the Raiders. Carboneau brings it over the timeline. Aaron Carboneau now sets it up for the Raiders. And he wanted to go to John Lynn. 1:25 left. 66-48, the Raiders on top. 1:25 in the fourth quarter here from Cates. Duval gets it into Carboneau. Carboneau now works it back out to Duval. Duval goes in the lane. The Sinus can't handle it, and it's controlled by James of the Patriots. He goes inside the Muckle off the glass, and they're going to get, let's see.
Ethan Barron?
Well, yeah, looked like both him and Greg Sinus. Yeah, Ethan Barron on the personal.
And you thought old Hawkeye was wrong, huh?
No.
Oh.
1:14 left in the contest, 66-48. Muckle at the charity stripe pointing it. Too much spin on. Do you see the spin on that ball?
As the world turns.
Yeah. Oh, you watch the soaps, huh?
Just the days of our lives.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this has been a game for the young and restless tonight. Let me tell you.
Here we go.
Here we go. 66-48, the Raiders on top. Carboneau back to the attack for Rutland now. Hits it outside to Barron. Barron, and they're going to get Ethan for double dribbling.
Yep.
So the Raiders turn the ball back to the Patriots with 59 seconds left in the contest. 66-48. And back comes Mount Anthony now. James working against Carboneau out there. Skips it over to Lucia. Lucia over to Wolf. Wolf, he's had the hot hand. He goes to baseline. He's fouled by Ethan Barron of the Raiders. And Ethan will pick up his third personal of the ball game. I had him for, all right, my mistake. I stand corrected. He's got 2.
Oh.
So this will send Bill Wolf to the line for the Patriots. And he makes the first. And Bill will have another one coming. So Wolf gets them both. 44 seconds left. Raiders up 66-50. Duval, and he wanted to go into a Barron. Back comes Wolf for the Patriots. James now working the ball, puts the shot up, and it's good.
27 seconds left to go in the game.
Carboneau brings it up for the Raiders. Goes over to Duval, back out to Barron, over to Carboneau. 66-52, bounce pass to Duval to Barron. Barron, and we got a fall on, let's see, I believe it was Travis Muckle.
Technical foul, Mark.
Wow. So Ethan Barron will step to the charity stripe here. We don't know who they call. Oh, number 40 got the, Travis Muckle got the technical foul. Ethan Barron at the line. Ethan
11 seconds to go. And,
all right, Barron gets them both, and it'll be a Raider. It should be a Raider ball out of bounds with 11 seconds to go. And if I was the Raiders, I'd put it up. 68-52. You got to get one last shot.
Jake Conway over here holding on to Joe Duval's shorts.
Well, there's what looked like a foul.
Put it up.
Go inside to John Lynn, and he gets it. Pretty play. Lynn with the
4,
bucket.
3, 2, 1.
James, and that's going to do it. No basket. That won't count. That's the end of the ball game, Brian. A well-played ball game by the Raiders as they tune up for their final game with the Hartford Hurricanes next Wednesday. And then it's on to tournament action. The final here from Cates this evening at Mount Anthony Union High School. The Rutland High Red Raiders 70 and the Mount Anthony Patriots 52. This is Mark Carboneau along with Brian Mayhew. And we've enjoyed doing this one and look forward to doing a few more down the road.
See you next week, Mark.
Good night, Brian.